And we find ourselves in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Play fake. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Hey, we're good.
Now Cousins. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. First carry now for Alexander Mattison. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. But the Vikings still looking for that first win. 0-6 to start the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
23 yards the pickup there. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Listen to me.
Cousins again. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with a...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. Cousins now. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Now a give running right, Nwangu. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Tackle there by Lewis Cine.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Murray finds his running back, James Conner. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Murray now. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Murray flips his forward on the jet sweep. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Murray now on 1st down. He's got and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Got him in, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes, left side. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
From the 29, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 1st down, Murray. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it'll be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, That shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Another run now for Nwangu. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On play action, Cousins. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Murray going to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for the Cardinal first. Now Murray off play action. And this will be swung out here for Conner. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Murray's throw complete there to Moore. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Murray now on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
A big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this, because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. it's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Prater on to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. They go play action. Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw is Cousins. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Play action now. Cousins. Buying time to his left. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Gross.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Cousins now from the 50. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They keep looking his way, and he certainly keeps delivering. That puts him just shy of 200 yards receiving now for the game. And I've got a feeling they'll keep calling his number until the end. Gotta wonder, if you're on defense and you know he's getting the ball, can't you make an adjustment?
Madison fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Again, Madison pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that...
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Alexander Mattison with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on first down is Murray. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
They'll run here with Connor. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu, 73 yards. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Shotgun now for Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Andrew Booth picks it off. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Throwing here, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Murray, one final try. Forced out to his left. Able to connect with Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Vikings, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
It's that hate, boy. Yeah, my day ones here to dance a double